चलिए सीधे रुख करते हैं वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली फिक्की के एक कार्यक्रम में कुछ बोल रहे हैं, सुनते हैं उनको।
Having passed the constitution amendment, there are several decisions which the GST Council now has to take, and these are of very vital interest to India's industry. There are about 10 important decisions which have already been taken, all unanimously by consensus. The legislations which have to be passed by Parliament under the Constitution Amendment and the state legislatures are currently in the process of being drafted. I don't see any major difficulty in those legislations being finally approved. There is only one issue which in the larger frame of things is really a very small issue. Because when three major taxes and some minor taxes are all merged into one, the VAT, the excise, the service tax and a host of state taxes, then each assessee is going to be assessed only once. So you have already a pre-existing machinery at the center, you have a pre-existing machinery in the states. How is the burden of this assessment going to be shared between the center and the states? How do we cross-empower both the agencies of the center and the state when both these parallel setups exist? Though ideally with a common taxation, it has to lead to a federal bureaucracy. But till such time it takes place, because it's still a far cry, how does this sharing take place? There are certain kind of turf issues involved in that. We are trying to resolve it. But the constitutional embargo is very clear. The entire amendment was notified on the 16th of September 2016, and it permits the old taxation regime to continue for a period of 1 year. So on the 16th of September 2017, as far as the current mode of taxation is concerned, the curtains will be down. And therefore neither the center nor the state can go in for collection under the current scheme. Ideally it should be proper for the issues to be resolved, and at the beginning of the financial year on the 1st of April, the new regime to take over. But then in any case, nobody has the luxury of time. It's a transactional tax, it's not an income tax, and a transactional tax can start at any part of the year. And therefore, the range of timing when it has to come into force because of a constitutional necessity is from the 1st of April to the 16th of September next year. Hopefully the earlier we do it, the better it is for us to switch over to a new system itself. As far as the decision with regard to the currency is concerned, I think it marks a very important beginning. My first response in a public engagement after this was that this decision, besides several other implications, once the remonetization process is complete and it has made a substantial headway, marks the creation of a new Indian normal. Because the normal that existed for 70 years is an unacceptable normal. The 70-year normal for almost everyone, which had become a way of life in India, was not merely the fact that you had a lot more cash currency, far larger cash currency as a part of your GDP. The economic and social consequences of that are extremely adverse. And therefore, dealing in that cash currency had led to a lot of aberrations. Aberration in terms of tax non-compliance, in terms of currency being used for collateral purposes, including crime.
फिक्की के कार्यक्रम में आप सुन रहे थे वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली को। नोटबंदी का फैसला साहसिक रहा और साथ ही भारतीय अर्थव्यवस्था तेजी से आगे बढ़ रही, इसका जिक्र करते हुए वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली।